Hey girls, was that dramatic? Because I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be dramatic. I'm here with a book review of sorts. I want to talk about a book that I'm reading, but before I talk about the book that I'm reading, I want to talk about why I want to do book reviews. So as you can tell from some of my other videos, I have a lot of time in my car. I commute. I have a long commute. I spend 2 hours minimum. That's the minimum in my car every day. So a lot of what I do at that time is I listen to superhero soundtracks. I'm not kidding. Like if you go to my Tidal, because I have Tidal, if you go to my Tidal, my most played artists are the ones that do like the Avengers soundtrack or Thor. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Like I'm on the highway thinking I'm like Thor. It's ridiculous. So I do, if I'm not listening to superhero soundtracks, I'm listening to books. So I'm on book 28. I just finished book 28 of 2022. I was gonna reach for my phone to show you my Storygraph app, but my phone is here. Anyway, add me on the Storygraph if you want to. My name is Jossie Wassie. I would love some more friends on there. Storygraph is like a alternative to Goodreads. It's Black owned. You know, I love the Black owned, and it's it gives you like statistics on your reading patterns, which I love. So I can tell you right now that 2022 has been full of dark horror and psychological thrillers because we just fucked up, right? Anyway, so the book that I just finished that I want to talk about is called Verity, and it's a very popular book, so I'm sure some of you have read it, and I would love for you to leave your comments on the ending below, to the point that I'm just gonna gloss over some of the pointless details, because what I really want to talk about is the ending. Okay, so first, also, can we talk about what do we think about these? I was thinking I want to start selling these. They're just like wine glass accessories. Tell me what you think. Put that in the comments. I'm gonna mess up. So this is just for the people who have already read it, because spoiler alert, I'm going straight to the ending because I need to talk. So do you guys think that Verity wrote that letter to Jeremy at the end to, like, do you think that she thought that she was gonna make it out of there with Crew, but she still did all that other shit? Like, do you think that she still murdered Harper? And like really felt that way about, you know, loving Jeremy more than loving her kids, and she was just trying to cover for it because she felt like once he saw the manuscript he was going to release it? Or do you think that that was really a writing exercise? Like, did he murder her for nothing? I would be sick. And how is Lowen going to keep that secret all these years? Listen, honey, I read a lot of books. I did not see that coming. Like, and there are a lot of books, because like the murder mystery I read before this one was Ruth Ware One by One. I also finished reading Lucy Foley's The Paris Apartment. So if you've read either one of those and want to talk about the endings together, let me know. So, I was not expecting that. So I was expecting for her to get up. I was expecting for her to be faking. And then I was expecting, I don't know, for him to call her out and turn her into the police. That's what I was expecting. I was not expecting them to murder her. I was not expecting them to murder her. Like, or even when like he was trying to murder her, I was expecting when Lowen was like, think of Crew? He will only have one parent if you go to jail, blah, blah, blah. I expected when she read that line, that's when he was like, we're going to take this manuscript to the police, Verity. You know, I wasn't expecting him to murder her. But no, you looked at Lowen and was like, kill her? Yeah, what? So I was not expecting that at all. But then the letter, like, I feel like Colleen Hoover could have left out the letter. Like, I was satisfied with, okay, he murdered her for murdering their daughters. Like, that's fine. That's fine. And then, but like the letter, guys, the letter, we need to discuss the letter, because why would I feel like it was selfish of Lowen to not give that man that letter. Like, you wanted your perfect whatever the heck with Jeremy so bad that you, like, at the end of the day, you still would have been bonded by, you know, murder. Like, you still murdered the bitch. Like I'm shook that about the letter. So I don't know. Part of me is like, ooh, like it still would have been a good book if she had left out the letter part, the letter to Jeremy. But I'm torn with how I feel about it, because like you spent the whole book essentially hating Verity, and then for her to pen this letter, and then do you think the letter is real? Like, was it, or was it her just trying to get away with it, and then she didn't think Jeremy was gonna murder her? But also, he knew about it the whole time. But then he like fakes it for her, like when she gives it to him to read. And she was like, she was sitting in the room upset or whatever. And yeah, she was sitting in the room upset, and she heard him like throwing stuff or whatever. Like he was fake reading it and fake getting upset. So yeah, that was weird. Like, poor Crew. Like, now you with both these murdering liars. I still think that she murdered her. I still think that she murdered Harper. And I think the letter was a way for her to try and get out of it. I do, because there's too many things that just don't. Like the Crew thing, when she told him to hold his breath. That makes no sense that you told him that. It makes no sense that you told him that when you started to go under. Oh, I was focused on Crew because he hadn't spent as much time on the water, blah, 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 blah. And then you're trying to make Jeremy feel guilty about the fishing net. And then also, let's talk about Lowen when they're, you know, doing the do. You know, you can't say certain things on YouTube. When they're doing the do and she wants to bite the same spot. Girl, what's wrong with you? Anyway, let's talk about other book endings. You let me know which one you want to hear next. So I like DEI books, and I like murder mystery psychological thrillers. The next book I'm reading is, or the book I'm currently reading is Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Together in the Cafeteria? Yeah, which is on my, you know, life experiences. They're true. So I'm reading that. And I finished reading, if you're more a murder mystery person, I finished reading Ruth Wears One by One, which I added to my 5-star books because, woo, that was good. And then I also finished reading Lucy Foley's Paris Apartment, which I will say I do think her first two books in that format, The Guest List and Hunting Party, were better than The Paris Apartment. The Paris Apartment is still good, but they're not as good as The Hunting Party or The Guest List. But those are my most recents. Let me know if you want to talk about any of those endings. But yeah, the ending to Verity, it's like I haven't been shocked by an ending like that, because even with Ruth Wears One by One, I kind of suspected that ending coming the whole time. It was just the details that I didn't know. But yeah, this one caught me off guard. Let me know if you read it and what you thought about the ending, specifically the letter. Let's discuss the letter, because the letter, I would be sick, bro. Like, what? I murdered her for nothing. But then how do you know she wasn't faking? Anyway, bye.